Hey everybody, welcome to Press Pause, the video game nerd show, level 2.
Ham and cheese sandwich.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is Press Pause and we talk about video games. I'm Carl Sordella, and with me all week, and again today, is Tara Long.
Hello,
From
you may
Destructoid.
have, yes.
You may have heard of you from
I always
Talk
trip
Over
you
Thing,
up
Thing,
that
Talking,
top.
And Scott Jones on the Wheels of Steel. I'm sorry, Tara, were you saying something?
I was just going to say you may have seen me from such episodes as yesterday's.
Nice. I wish I wouldn't have stepped on that, because that was really
You
awesome.
always pause right after Tara Long, and so I'm like, bam, gotta get in there.
Yeah.
I
gotta get in while the getting's good.
Yes, exactly.
Let's talk about some game news.
Yes,
Let's do that.
I've never heard a talk on top of each other segment on any of my shows. It's quite as epic as that one. So I think we should give ourselves an award.
I agree. That's why I don't like to redo them when that happens. I think it's funnier if you just go.
Oh, you gotta go with the flow.
Yeah.
Speaking of the flow, it's not a good segue.
I
Microsoft.
thought we were about to talk about my.
We are. Microsoft listens to us and puts indie games back in a place where people can find them. We talked about this just last week, and we're hoping that they actually listen to our show. Yeah. That's just a hope of mine, that they were like, wow,
That's
Press Pause.
probably why they did it, you know?
That's what I'm thinking.
Like,
Totally lying.
attention, Carlos is pissed. Put it back, put it back.
I don't think they did that.
No,
but anyways, they did do it, and it's really cool because a bunch of indie developers were like going to pull out. They're like, we're out of here.
Yeah, I heard that this is gonna, it kind of puts indie games on the same level as the bigger names. So it's, I know a lot of developers were complaining about, the replacement of it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, it went to the area called specialty shops.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
What?
Well,
It was next to things like Rock Band and things that were special.
Or it's basically where the avatars live. Be a
Crap.
group.
It's crap. Well, they changed it, so there you go. Thank you very much, Microsoft. Next story is Fallout sells well, even with bugs.
Yeah.
Fallout sells, comma.
Even with bugs.
Even with bugs. Which is true, and it had a ton of bugs. It had a couple patches, and it just sold a bazillion. It sold 5 million copies, generated $300 million.
That's kind of cool. I know I had a friend even who bought it and couldn't even play it. Like, it was so glitchy, it literally would not let him play. But he was still super excited about it. And then when the patches came out, people seemed to be...
Yeah, it was kind of the same thing. I was watching the Totally Rad show, and they were talking about, that Jeff Kanata said, he literally had to go buy the PC version because the 360 one was just crashing all the time.
So for me, I was lucky enough that it didn't actually crash, like hard crash. It's just weird things like people floating in the air and the bug stuck in the ground somewhere.
Oh yeah, I found some hilarious videos of glitches on YouTube.
Awesome.
There's some good ones.
We actually talked about on a BitMob podcast, which you should check out that podcast if you haven't, the glitches are fun. And you know what I mean? Like back in the old school Nintendo days and stuff, or Super Nintendo, some of that stuff was really hilarious.
Yeah,
so,
no, some of this stuff is
great.
too. I saw a woman's head transposed onto her stomach, and then she had long claw fingers.
That sounds scary as
It was actually really horrifying.
Oh, that's like the Red Dead Redemption horsewoman. There's a woman and she's got a horse head, and they ride her. Oh, it's creepy. I'm showing you video footage of her right now. You're seeing it. It's gross. Anyways, back to Fallout. So they sold well, even though it was buggy. That's just really interesting. And I wanted to say real quick, last week I'd mentioned how much I enjoyed a lot of it. It's Fallout. If you like Fallout, you're going to like it. Post-apocalyptic RPG. But the problem was, at some point in the game, you have to talk to every single little faction in the world. It's like, go talk to the Boas and go talk to these mercenary guys. And every time you get to one of them, in order for you to complete that section, they're like, how you doing, buddy? Here's some work you need to do for us. And you're like, okay, that's great. And then you could do it, and they're like, well, actually, Agnes over in the cottage. And that's one faction, and each one of them want you to do something. And you can't, if you don't do that, you can't, even if you've, even if you've beaten Mr. House, which is a guy in the game, dun dun dun, spoiler cam, you can't progress unless you talk to all these people. You know what I mean? Those games where you have to talk to a million people.
Yeah, well, WoW is kind of like that, I guess. Yeah, any RPG, really.
RPGs where you do quests, and you're like, I just want to get to the next thing,
Yeah.
you know? Anyways, shame on you, Fallout, for making that factions retarded. Oh, I can't say that word anymore. Dumb.
It's better if you pronounce it retard. rather than retard. It's less offensive.
Thank you. Tara Long. Number story number 3. Gran Turismo 5 video leaked. This is just the intro movie, and it's like epically long. It's like 5 minutes or 7 minutes or something. And it shows like the manufacturer of a car and like getting you all pumped to like, ooh, we're gonna drive in a car. And I don't know. Interesting.
I'm not a huge fan of racing games in general, but I know Gran Turismo 5 is one of the titles that a lot of people are thinking is going to be like the racing game of this year.
Yeah.
That kind of alongside with Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Which is probably more fun.
You know what? I demoed that, and I wasn't super impressed. I actually think Nailed, which is an ATV racer,
I was going to bring that up.
is amazing.
I heard you had a good time with it.
Yes, I went to that event on Monday night in the city, and it's fantastic. I previewed the game a couple weeks ago, and it's fun as heck.
Fun as heck. All heck.
Fun as all heck.
So get Nailed and don't get Gran Turismo 5, Tara Long.
Oh, I didn't say don't get it, but...
No, she didn't.
But
I said
it's
that.
my particular... Okay, he said it.
Anyways, what the other part of the story was interesting is that they were talking about how much money it takes to make Gran Turismo 5, and it was $60 million.
Yeah.
So I'm just a little... What? Scott Jones has something on this, no?
Not about that.
Okay. But I'm frustrated, like, really? We had to spend this money on games? It's like big movies.
Yeah, you know what though? They're gonna make that and so much more back when it comes out. Like this game is gonna sell really well, I think.
Yeah, well.
Just because it's Gran Turismo.
It is Gran Turismo.
It is Gran Turismo. One major complaint that most people have about Gran Turismo is that it takes so long to get a new one out. And I read a story recently that the guy who runs the studio basically said that early on in his career, he had a game that he was working on and was told to put it out, and he didn't. It sucked. It was really bad. So he was like, never again. I'm not putting it out until I think it's good enough.
Yeah. So, and when was the originally announced Gran Turismo? Like 2009?
Probably later than that. Yeah.
I don't know. Jeez.
Yeah, because they had to put out Prologue because it was taking so long.
Yeah. We got that on Games Radar, so we'll put the link up somewhere, and you can check out the video if you want to see it, because it's leaked. We're showing you now. Also, side note, I wanted to mention Black Ops, not because I want to play the game, because I don't.
As well, you shouldn't.
Thanks. We'll talk about that for a minute if you want. But I guess in the game you can unlock Zork, which is an old text adventure, which I'm guessing is you playing video games. Have you heard of those where you just type what you want to do? Like, look, go forward, north. There's no graphics. It's a very, very nerdy thing. I mean, you have to be like,
well,
it's, yes,
you.
You're not.
You have to be you.
I want to be so desperately.
You want to be the nerd that I am. No, anyway, so Zork's in the game, which is really interesting. It's an old school video game. You can, like, a text adventure, you can play in Black Ops. So it's like, instead of like going and shoot people, he like goes over to a terminal and can like play a text adventure.
Interesting little spin.
Yeah. But what about your feelings on Black Ops? You were talking about it recently.
You know what? I'm like you. I'm not a huge fan of the first-person shooter genre. I played it after it came out. I didn't get to play it for as long as I would have liked because we had one copy and we were sharing it between like 12 people. But it's just I wasn't impressed at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna put it out there. I wasn't impressed at all.
It's okay. We don't judge here at Press Pause.
Good.
We want honest opinion.
There was some originality, you know, like with the whole zombie mode thing. But then again, zombies have been.
Dude, zombies are in everything.
Thank you. I was gonna say it's been like 4 years. I feel like the zombie phase is something we should be moving past.
Although I say that, and I'm with you, especially in games. But the Walking Dead television show is really good.
Oh my God, I've got to get
Side
into that.
note,
Don't
side
tell me
note.
anything.
Oh, that's so hilarious.
Side note on that. 2 episodes in, they've already done. They're already hired for a second season because it's doing that well.
That's so funny that we're like, both of us, you know, zombies are just out of here. And then we're like, zombies.
Except,
Yeah,
But
no,
this is a TV show.
Yeah, this is a TV show. And also, based on a comic book, by the way, graphic novel, which was great.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not even over. You should go get it. We'll get it.
What is it?
It's awesome.
Yeah, let's do that.
But the video games are like totally jumping on the bandwagon. You know, like, hey, let's put a zombie mode in.
Yeah, it's kind of late to the game, honestly.
Silly. Okay, so and my thoughts on Black Ops are, I'm over it. Military shooter, I don't care. I don't want to be the US guy who shoots people.
Agreed.
Done. That's going to do it for the show. We're done. I almost had the segue. Press Pause Show is our Twitter, and you can tweet us some game news if you want to talk about something that we should talk about. And then I'm on Twitter, and you're on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter.
There you are. You're the longest.
I am
Tara.
the longest.
And Scott Jones is on the Yoshiwara. And we'll see you tomorrow with game reviews.
I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Don't say that.
See you tomorrow.